Immigration. Donald Trump says build a wall. Deport all illegal immigrants. Rules are rules. You either play and stay or you cheat and you get deported. What challenges does this plan pose?
A bunch. I've never been in the boxcar caucus, ship them home in boxcars and let the Lord sort them out. The fence is an easy thing to sell politically. It's an easy thing for someone who doesn't follow the issue very closely to say, oh, well, that'll just solve everything. Build the fence. When you go out and you talk to the Texas ranchers, which I've done, Jeff Duncan has done, and ask them, these are the guys dealing with it every single day.
Because we have a fence there,
Yeah,
right?
we have a fence, and we're like...
And they're building tunnels.
And that's exactly their point. The fence doesn't solve the problem. Is it necessary to have one? Sure. Would it help? Sure. But to just say, build the darn fence and have that be the end of an immigration discussion is absurd and almost childish for someone running for president to take that simplistic a view. And by the way, the bottom line is the fence doesn't stop anybody who really wants to get across. You go under, you go around, you go through, and that's what the ranchers tell us, is that they don't need a fence. What they need is more manpower and more technology and more willingness to enforce the law as it exists today. There are parts of our border that are secure and parts of our border that are not. And a lot of that comes down to whether or not we're just willing to enforce the law as it exists. So it's easy to tell people what they want to hear. Build the darn fence, vote for me. John McCain did it in his last Senate race after taking a different position for a long time. It is pablum that politicians like to feed people in order to tell people what they want to hear as they're trying to get them to vote for them. It's hard to tell people that things are hard to fix, but building a fence is not going to be the be-all and end-all to our immigration problems.
It seems to me that Donald Trump is trying to really win the emotional support of people. And when it really comes down to, okay, how will we fix this? He's trying to apply a business attitude, and yet you can't, this is America. You just can't say, do it my way or get out of the way.
Well, the president has now. And that's what concerns me, is that I wonder who is more interested in going around the Constitution in order to get things done, Barack Obama or Donald Trump. Now he wants to have an election now. He was joking about that the other day. He wants to change, he wants to have the election now, have a short European-style election. Anyway.
It's all over the place.
It's easy to tell people what they want to hear. It's easy to appeal to people's emotions. I'm angry. I get it. Believe me, I'm as angry as anybody. I do this for a living. I have to deal with this administration every single day. It's extraordinarily frustrating. I feel that anger because I live with it and I talk to people about it. And that's what I do when I come home. And that's, people are angry, and I get it because I'm as angry as they are. But just to appeal to somebody's emotion and say, vote for me because I'm as angry as you are, doesn't really solve the problem. It might make you feel better in terms of having voting with somebody who sympathizes with you, but it doesn't really solve the problem. And that's what I'm interested in trying to do, is how do you solve the problems? And winning elections is part of solving the problems.
Absolutely.